I hear all the time people in Illinois are so tired of politicians. They don't feel like they're getting the straight scoop. They don't feel like they're getting the true story. There's just this inherent level of distrust, and you wonder why. It's because budgets like this, the spin would have us believe that this is a balanced budget. But this is not a balanced budget. In fact, it's not even close to being a balanced budget. Let me give a few examples. We have a few state workers, mostly represented by AFSCME. Well, their contract is coming up this year. I don't know if you noticed, but I think we all know that it's coming. That's $200 to $300 million maybe. That's not included in this budget. There's the rate increases that are in the Medicaid omnibus. Well, many of those are only included for half of a year. Our budget is a full-year budget, but their increases are only for a half a year. That's $250 million when it should actually be $500 million if it was for a full year. That's like a hidden $250 million in this budget. Talk about sneaky. Or the developmentally disabled. Same trick over there. They needed $4 per hour increase. They got $250, but that is only for a half year as well. And remember our worst in the nation pension debt. The actuaries that look at our pension debt and say, hey, if we want to stay on track to get to full funding in accordance with the ramp, say we should be putting in $14.4 billion into our pension funds. We are putting in $10 billion plus $200 million. Now, I admit that $200 million is in the right direction. So we're only shortchanging our pension fund by $4.2 billion. Or how about the undocumented immigrant health care program? We're putting in $550 million. We all know this is a $1.1 billion program. I assume we've all been watching the news these last couple of weeks. It's $1.1 billion, people, but yet we're told that we're going to change a rule, and we're going to come up with $550 million by changing a rule. We're not kicking anybody out of the program. Thousands and thousands of immigrants continue to come to Illinois, and even more when they hear about our free health care program, and yet we're going to change a rule and come up with $550 million. No wonder people in Illinois don't believe us. Don't believe you when you put a budget like this together. Let's be honest, this budget is not balanced. The people in Illinois are sick and tired of gimmicks, half-truths, tricks, and spin like I've outlined here. It's bad enough that we're spending millions of dollars on mixed-up priorities like health care for non-citizens while we're shortchanging funding for our developmentally disabled. But at least you should have the decency to be straightforward and transparent about whether or not this is a balanced budget. It is not balanced, and I urge a no vote.